It is Friday the 8th of May 2015, and this morning it was announced that yesterday the country that I live in voted for 5 more years of Tory austerity. Fuck. I'm Rose, and I'm 19 years old, and I live in Scotland, and I used to live in Lancashire in England, in the north of England, the northwest of England. I have reflex neurodystrophy, which is a neurological condition which affects my right arm and my left hand sometimes. I could have more physiotherapy. I had years of physiotherapy, and it kind of helped, but there's not a lot more they can do for me. So I live with it every single day. I'm in constant pain. And it's not the kind of pain that aches, and it's not the kind of pain that is relieved by putting something hot on it. It's not a muscle ache. If something touches my arm, it burns. It's like when you've sat on your leg and you go to stand up and your leg's suddenly jelly, and it's that first clench when you get pins and needles. It's that, but painful and constant. And I've learned to live with it. I've been given countless rounds of treatment and medication which have not worked, that I've not continued with, and I have essentially wasted. And I'm entirely within my rights to do that, because I'm ill and I need treatment, and that's what the NHS gives me. Because without the NHS, I'd be living with this and not even having a name for it. I also have depression and anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have some problems with food and eating. My depression is bad at the moment, very bad. Probably worse than it's ever been. I want to kill myself. So don't sit and say, oh, you can't kill yourself, you've got so much to live for. Yes, fucking hell. I'm engaged to a wonderful man with a beautiful haircut. Makes him look like a tiny ginger shark fin. It's beautiful. I'm a happy person, believe it or not. I'm depressed, but I am happy and I am cheerful. I just want to kill myself, it's fine, you know, whatever. I have anxiety. Means I can't leave the house most days. Every single day, without fail, I do what I call my practices. My practice runs for leaving the house, which is I will probably not get dressed, because that's something that stresses me out as well. I will walk into the hall, or as close to the front door, or up to a door as I possibly can, and I'll stand there at the point at which it makes me the most uncomfortable, but without slipping into panic, and I'll stand there for as long as it takes for my panic to come down. And what that's doing is it's training me to be less panicked about going out. I have PTSD as a result of something that I don't really want to go into. That happened with a man when I was younger. A man in a position of authority over me, who I should have been able to trust. And he took advantage of that. Any kind of physical contact with men, particularly a man sitting next to me on a bus or something, on a bench, or turning around and finding I'm stood next to a man, or any kind of hug, particularly with men that are a little bit taller than me, makes me feel physically sick. Even family members. I can't hear school children without being reminded of what happened. I can't hear a woman's high heels on a hard floor without being reminded of what happened. And I rely on the NHS. And I rely on the state. Because I couldn't do it without the NHS. And I couldn't do it without the state. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have these. Which I had to send my sister to pick up today because I couldn't leave the house. These are what keep me alive. And they're free in Scotland. I don't have to pay for the pills that keep me alive. And that is a gift, frankly, because I couldn't afford them otherwise. I have a support system of sorts. I have a family. But there isn't an endless supply of money. And I'm 19 and I should be out on my own by now. I should be at university. I should be at university with all the people I was at college with. All the people I was at school with. And I'm not. I can't be. Scotland voted in a metric shit ton of SNP MPs. And I couldn't be happier. I was a member of the Labour Party for 3 years. And I believed in the Labour Party, and I believed in what the Labour Party was doing and what it had to say. And eventually I realised that they were fucking complacent. There seems to be a mood in this country at the moment that you've got to compromise. You've got to vote for the least worst party. And to some extent I agree with that. If there had been any chance of Labour getting in yesterday in my constituency, I would have voted Labour. As it is, I voted SNP. To keep the Tories out, to keep the Lib Dems out. Because I cannot have that on my conscience. I could not have another 5 years of this shit on my conscience. And we got it anyway. Tomorrow, God willing, or God or my anxiety willing, I will be able to put money in my account to join the Green Party. And for the first time in my life I will be a member of a party which I feel represents me. And no, I don't think they are ever going to win an election. As much as I love Caroline Lucas, as much as I love Natalie Bennett, neither of them are ever going to be Prime Minister. But if they could get to pre-2010 Lib Dem levels, say, that would be pretty awesome. I could deal with them as a third party, holding the other two to account. And it's really sad that I am a part of such a minority in this country who wants to see that. Because I'm one of those people who tends to think everybody is fundamentally good. But it appears that a large chunk of the country that I thought was at least slightly enlightened has voted for a party which could not give less of a shit about people like me. Because that's the sad thing. There are a lot of people like me. And I'm not even a severe case. I'm pretty mild. I'll probably get better one day. There are a lot of people who won't. I do this anymore. I can't sit here and be apathetic, and I can't sit here. I can't compromise anymore. Fuck everything. Fuck the election, fuck the Tories, fuck the Lib Dems, fuck Labour. Fuck it. All. Fuck it in the arse. Or better yet, boring missionary sex. Boring missionary heterosexual sex. That is all they are worth. Today is a very dark day. But there are a lot of people who are going to be fighting. There are a lot of people who are not going to take this shit anymore. And there's a part of me that thinks maybe the suffering now is worth that. And that maybe in the future, when we've had another Thatcher, when we've seen the devastation that a Tory government, a long-term Tory government, will bring to this country, we will finally get it into our thick fucking skulls that it's not the way to go. That healthy economy, I can't believe they would talk about health in terms of the economy. What about my health? The healthy economy is worth the amount of suffering that it is going to cause to people. Not ordinary working people, just fucking people. You know? These are fucking important. And we live in a country that values business above this. And I am fucking ashamed to live here. And I'm fucking disappointed. People weren't thinking about people like me when they made that decision. They were thinking about themselves. And that's why I'm ashamed to live in this country this morning. I say this morning, it's 20 to 3. I need to leave the house more often. I am a happy person. I am a cheerful, giggly person. I have a small unicorn named Luna, and she is my friend. You are currently sitting on my guitar case. I'm the kind of person who buys novelty coasters with ABBA guinea pigs and cats, okay? I am freakishly cheerful, but I am ill. And I am scared, and I am angry, and I am tired. And I wish I could figure out how to fix this, and I can't. And that's the worst part of it.